So, how corporate America harms black employees? Coming right up. What's up, y'all? Welcome back to Common Sense Logical Reason. And as always, I want to say thank y'all for joining today. So, Dr. Boyce Watkins is basically in the financial and investment sector. No, he teaches at universities. He's a professor of economics at the universities. He tries to teach black people about investing. He has products targeted toward black folks. To that, I applaud him. Spread your knowledge. Learn how to make yourself financially independent and basically self-employed and free. But unfortunately, he's also a race hustler, and he talks a lot of nonsense about racism. And every time these race hustlers do that, I guess they don't realize they completely sabotaging with how they're trying to help black folks. Anyway, he gave an interview that talks about the dangers of corporate America on blacks' mental health.
Can you speak about the negative psychological impact of working in corporate America as an African American?
Okay, so the corporate plantation is probably one of the reasons why black people die earlier than everybody else.
Okay, that was absolute nonsense. That's foolishness. Again, this had nothing to do with black corporate America. Okay, blacks dying earlier has nothing to do with corporate America or black people being in corporate America. Nothing to do with that. It basically, black people eat the least healthy and are the most obese in America. I mean, black people on average live a life that's basically going to cause an earlier death, and this is going to cause people to be unhealthy. Just what black folks typically do. So this is not about corporate America. This is not just corporate America. This is black folks in general. It's not like black people or black women in corporate America are the most obese women in America. No, black women in general. So this is nonsense. Basically, he's blaming black people's lifestyle, unhealthy lifestyles, on something else, on corporate America. So you don't have to blame black people for it. It's the same thing when people blame incarceration rates on schools as opposed to bad parenting.
Especially black men. You're not supposed to, on a daily basis, consistently go into an environment where there is that much hostility and negative energy. That will affect your soul, it affects your body, physically, mentally, spiritually, everything else.
What hostility? Like, what hostility are black people in corporate America facing? That's the question that I have to ask Dr. Boyce Watkins here, because he really said nothing. I'm just not aware of this hostility that black people face when they're in corporate America. And this is a perfect example of somebody giving the leftist giving you the what and never focus on the how and why. He says a whole lot of nonsense in his video, but he never gives any how or why. He needs to explain in fully exactly what all this hostility and this negative energy that black people face in corporate America, and only corporate America, only black people in corporate America face this. And no other race of people in corporate America also face the same hostility and negative energy. This is ridiculous. This is just dumb nonsense. And again, this is just, you wouldn't expect bullshit like this coming from someone who's supposed to be a doctor, who's supposed to be intelligent.
And we don't think about that enough because we are so accustomed to it. But again, because my wife is a therapist and she tells me things, one thing that I concluded is that the relationship between black people in corporate America is like a really bad relationship, a really bad marriage. Like, you need each other and you stay together, but it's incredibly toxic. And one thing about bad relationships is that the studies actually show that if you're in a relationship where your partner has contempt for you over a long period of time, that will kill you.
Again, this is just more BS. him saying a bunch of nonsense that he's not backing up at all. Like, how is corporate America what is all this contempt? What contempt that corporate America has for black people? I would say the contempt would be him and these race hustlers, because they're the ones who keeps lying to black people and telling them that they're perpetual victims. So they're the ones who basically pushing out the hostility and the contempt of blacks. But I need him to give me this evidence and explain the evidence of all this contempt that corporate America supposedly has for black people. Because there are plenty of black people who's in corporate America say nothing about no contempt and hostility. So this is just foolishness. Like I said, it's just race hustling at its finest. And once again, it's hard for me to take people like him serious if you're gonna be telling these damn lies.
You're going into this environment where you're not comfortable, you're not happy, they're not happy with you, they're complaining about you, but then you consider yourself lucky because at least you got a job. A lot of us don't even get the job or can't, we get fired on our day off, but you're there. And your partner, you're in this economic relationship with this company, and in this heavy codependence, and they have this constant contempt for you. Well, that's not good for you.
Not happy with you how? How is corporate America, quote unquote, not happy with black people? Why would they complain about a black person's work if that black person is competent, is getting the job done? And really truly, at the end of the day, that's all they care about. They care about money and making money. They don't care about what your skin shade is and having, quote unquote, white people, make their money. They care about employees making their money. So this is nonsense. And the question you have to ask is the black person competent? Is that black employee going into the work with this chip, that's race chip on his shoulder, with a fist in the air, ready to go fight the power on the job? Is that what's going on? And I know that it's been reported that blacks tend to be some of the worst employees, and people will shy away from hiring blacks for that very reason. You hire somebody just to get them to come and get the work done, and you have to reprimand them because of incompetency, and it automatically becomes racism. They fired you because they hate the black man. Well, then why would they hire you in the first place if they hated the black man? Anyway, I stopped here because this video is just straight bullshit, y'all. It's straight bullshit. This is a perfect example of how race hustlers keep black folks stuck on stupid. I always talked about, how black folks are brainwashed by racists, that they told a lie big enough and long enough and loud enough that America's a racist country, and they believe it. Well, this is part of that big enough, long enough, and loud enough nonsense that black folks hear. And all this is doing is helping to brainwash the next generation of black people into being victims, and to go out there again with the race chip on their shoulder, fist in the air, ready to march or protest and fight the power everywhere they are. This is why it's just hard for me to take idiots, the dumbasses like Dr. Moore Johnson with this foolishness serious. Again, this man's supposed to be a doctor. He's supposed to be intelligent. He's supposed to be looked at as a pillar of society, and he's putting out bullshit like this. That's why I can't take people like him serious. I really truly can't take people like him serious, and he's wrong for this bullshit that he put out like this here. This is what we black folks need to be holding accountable. This is what black folks need to be looking at stupid nonsense like this here and going after him for putting out this foolishness. None of this is true, and I've never heard all these black people complain about how corporate America is holding them down, even though corporate America hires them to work there. It's stupid. Anyway, y'all, it's my 2 cents on this. Like, Dr. Boyce Watkins is wrong for this foolishness. And as always, y'all, until next time.